Hey ladies, welcome back. So we are resuming our talks on the Immortal Thor, with the first issue showing us Thor being in danger against Toranos, who just showed up with a giant wheel of fate to end Thor. And after Thor blasted him with the full force of the Odin Force, which is now the Thor Force, Toranos didn't budge. Instead, he laughed at Thor's attack, and that was Thor using the Odin Force at its maximum. So this led him into realizing that he can't use brute force against this giant menace in Toranos. So let's get into it. But first, consider watching the entire video, and if you think this is a good video, then I'll appreciate a like and a subscribe to the channel. So let's go. So this picked up a long time ago with a young Odin sacrificing his eye for wisdom, because even with the Odin power being vast in on itself, knowledge is power. And above all else, he needs the wisdom to help complete his power, because what's power if you don't know when and how to use it? And this is a sacrifice Odin has to make, and in time, with Odin passing the torch to Almighty Thor, he will also have to make his sacrifice. Whether he will also have to gouge his eyes out like father like son is yet to be known, because the all power comes with a cost, and not even the Almighty Thor is above it. And this is what led us into the main battle, picking off right after Thor has blasted Toranos with the full force of the Odin Force, and it did nothing to him. And bear in mind that Thor is using the full force of the Odin Force against Toranos in hopes of one-shotting the guy and calling it a day. But this didn't work, because Toranos is an elder god, and he has since been the god of thunder since the thunder first spoke. So Thor can't just be hitting him with mini attacks and be expecting something drastic to happen. I mean, this guy is naked, so he probably doesn't have time for little things like underwear or something. He only has his wheel of fate with him. So whilst Thor has his hammer, this dude has a giant wheel as a weapon, which he swings at Thor, and while Thor ducks his attack, deep down, he knows that even with the Odin power added to his own, this guy is too much for him to handle. And with him having used almost all of the Odin force in his first attack to no defense, this has left him vulnerable for the Odin sleep to creep up on him, making his reflexes slow and making him tired every passing second, with Toranos on the other hand just towering over Thor, just standing there naked, and this guy is looking more fresh, like he just entered the battle with even a smile on his face. Toranos then tells Thor that the wheel turns for Midgard, but first it must turn for him, for the time of small gods is over. And this was what was being talked about in the beginning of this book, the fact that the Odin's power, which is now the Thor power, is not always enough for every situation. Sometimes you need a bit of wisdom on what to do at what point. Thor realizes this, and with the all power now linked to his wisdom, he knows exactly what to do. So he shoots a giant lightning bolt behind Toranos, and what Toranos did was check his bat to see if he got hit in the back, but nope, he wasn't. So he turned with a slight grin to tell Thor, so the god of ants sends a single spark against me, and he can't even hit this big booty of mine? I mean, he didn't say it like that, but basically he said like he missed. So Thor told him that he flipped his head too fast and that he should consider looking back again with a bit of patience, and he did, but now he is not smiling anymore, because Thor has rather opened a portal to the yawning void, a place before the creation of the universe. This is possible because Mjolnir has always been able to create portals to anywhere, and with the Odin's power added to Thor, he can now create a portal big enough for even the gigantic Toranos, and all that remains is to forcefully escort him out of this world. And while the voice sagged him in and the vacuum tore at him, Toranos clanged on, and he was a bit disappointed in Thor, because he feels the wind Thor blows at him intended to push him into the portal was weak, and he can see Thor's weariness, which is clearly evident. I mean, the art in this book is really good. But then he tells Thor that, you know, you're really stupid, right? Thinking you can banish me out to the void using this wind? Fool king, you are more fool than a king, to be honest. And so seeing Thor clearly being weary quickly, he goes on to tell Thor that my limits are beyond your knowledge, and yours is clearly visible, as he reaches out from the void to grab a hold of Thor. But Thor was like, psych, I faked it, bro. I made it look like I was worn out so you could let go of your grip. And so this is when Thor called upon the winds of Midgard to blow like never before, to throw off Toranos off balance into the yawning void and closing it right behind him. And Thor knows that this is not enough to permanently stop Toranos, but that's all he can afford at the moment to buy himself time. Because as it stands now, the all sleep is upon him. He needs to take a quite long nap to recover the all power completely. But then he looked around and everything was in ruins as a result of their battle. And for him being a true king, he knew he has to do something about it, because after all, Toranos was here after him, and had he not been there, these people would have been safe. So it's only fair to do something about it, if only he has something he can do about it, which he has. So with the little bit of strength he has left, he used it to reverse the damage done. Though he wasn't able to reverse everything, he did enough to where those trapped under rubble are now freed. Those injured may be tended to, but those dead unfortunately remain dead. And it was this that dawned on him that with Toranos being after him, he cannot be around mortals so as to risk them in case Toranos returns. He doesn't also want to risk going to Asgard, where Asgard might be attacked in his name whilst he's snoozing in bed comfortably. So he teleported himself to the grey side of the moon, built by the Inhumans as their place of refuge. Like the blue side of the moon, it held a pocket atmosphere where even humans can survive at, just like the blue side of the moon. Yet, it's devoided by any Inhumans, so no one can be harmed here in case Toranos shows up, except for Thor, who at this point is very spent, with his limbs beginning to buckle, legs turn into jelly. He will be as weak as a mortal if Toranos shows up whilst he is still in the all sleep, and nothing but miracle or magic is the only thing that can save him from this situation. And then boom, Loki shows up and then asks Thor, "Will you trust me?" But Thor ignores him because I guess he thinks it's a joke, and he thinks that Lady Sif saw his plight and has sent Loki to his aid. But nope, that's not why Loki is here. So Loki tells him that Sif is the guardian of the Bifrost, not the babysitter for the Odin son. Thor then tells Loki what's happened and why the all sleep is upon him, and he can't resist it anymore. But yet he needs to stay awake to instruct Loki on what to do. But Loki cuts him off and asks Thor, "Thor, you must answer this question. Will you trust me?" And Thor was like, well, when a trickster asks for your trust, it often means trouble. But Loki insists to Thor that this is important and that he has to answer this question and the answer must be right. So he goes on to ask Thor again, "Will you trust me as your loyal subject of Asgard?" And Thor told him that the fact that I asked for your help like a second ago shows that I trust you. Loki then exclaimed, "Good, that's good. Will you trust me as your sibling who loves you?" And behind this book I was like, F no, Loki, what the? You think I'm stupid? What the? Oh man. But Thor said, "Of course I do, of course. We are family. I brought you back from death because I missed you. You always have a place in my heart. Yes, I trust you as my own blood." And Loki was like, "One more question," which left Thor like, "Hey yo, I'm about to pass out, bro. I just told you that the all sleep is upon me. What do you mean? What do you mean one more question?" But Loki tells him that this is the most important question. On this is what the future rests on. Will you trust me even as your enemy? Which got Thor like, "Hey yo, what?" And this was when 1,000 memories of evil deeds and evil days crashed upon him like a wave, drowning even his weariness, causing his face to lit up like a yo. And for a moment he didn't even feel the all sleep creeping up on him again, like what? But he thought to himself that upon all these things that could happen, Loki needed him to trust him because this is the most important of all the questions. So he replied, "Yes, Loki, even as your enemy, I trust you. So be what you must be and do what you must do." which led to Loki transforming himself to his old villainous form. But now he's not like that. He is different because at first he was the god of mischief, but now he's the teller of tales, and things are going to be different going forward. And this transformation was threatening to Thor, and so he gripped his hammer hard and told Thor that he spent from his previous battle, so he is in no mood to show mercy. So if Loki wants some smoke, then he will give it to him, but he will make it quick because he ain't got time. So he asks Loki that does he trust this is the wise course, and Loki responds, we'll find out. Et voila. So after watching the entire video, if you think it's a good video, then I'll appreciate a like and a subscribe to the channel, so as to keep in touch with what's going on to happen between Thor and Loki moving forward. Because this is not the Loki we've all met and seen before. This is not the Messiah Loki. This is the teller of tales, and he's different. But then with what's going on with Loki, let me know your thoughts on what you think about this version of Loki, how they are treating him. Do you think it's good, like him being the teller of tales and all? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section.